to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling the tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? And welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. You want to be more hype? I was going to let it build up. That's how you let the beat build. This is the final Victory Monday! It's not a happy thing, but it is a happy thing. It's a little bit bittersweet. Detroit Lions finished the season 9-8, defeating the division rivals Green Bay Packers, possibly sending Aaron Rodgers home for forever.
He wanted to keep his jersey. Jameson Williams asked him for his jersey. He said, no, I'm going to keep this one. He was hugging Randall Cobb as they walked down the tunnel together.
Told to get that camera up. Come on,
I feel like I don't know, even that pisses me off about him. I feel like he's trying to make documentary moments.
Yeah, it did feel.
Yeah, I'll walk down with my arm around Randall Cobb.
Yeah. I mean, as a true competitor, and he's different, right? We all know at this point, Aaron Rodgers is a different different type of dude. Sure. But as a true competitor, I just feel like you wouldn't want to go out on a loss to your division rival.
And they asked him in his interview, they were like, could you walk away from $100 million guaranteed?
Cut the tunes, JB.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I can. I was like, Jesus, dude. I mean,
but he's making bread.
He's making bread, and it's guaranteed. And I don't know, man. It's scary. I'm cool if he doesn't come back. I'm cool if he does come back. Because if he doesn't come back, Jordan Love's out there. Jordan Love's not Aaron Rodgers. He might be good, but he's not Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. If he does come back, Aaron Rodgers isn't even Aaron Rodgers at this point anymore.
Yeah.
And the Lions own him. Kirby Joseph owns him.
Kirby Joseph does. That is his daddy. That's why I tweeted out last night after the interception. Aaron Rodgers, I said, F it, Kirby down there somewhere.
Yeah, he had a great time. No, it's right. He was right. He should have had 2 interceptions. One of them was called back because of the hands to the face by Kaminsky, which it wasn't like a phantom hands to the face. It was definitely hands to the face. Yeah.
But all right, hold on, because I don't want to be like the conspiracy guy.
He's just gonna enter the shot.
But definitely like pretty sketchy the way that the whole thing went down. Like
they didn't call it until after Kirby Joseph ran out of bounds with the ball. The flag wasn't thrown.
And they got together and they're like, "Hey, what'd you guys see that we can call on this one? Okay, let's reach back to guys in New York. Hey, guys in New York, what'd you guys find? Oh, John Kaminsky rock bottom somebody. Yeah, towards the end of that one. Go and throw the flag on that.
Throw the flag on him. He's got it. It is what it is. Yeah. It was a penalty, but it was kind of shiesty how they waited for so long to throw it. And then, like you said, the little conference, they're like, hey, you guys get anything? You get anything?
Yeah.
No? Oh, I saw John Kaminsky slap him. All right, bet. There we go. We got you, A-Rod. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got you, bud.
Yeah.
Discount double check, right?
It was just such a satisfying feeling last night seeing that punk just lose the game, throw the interception. Yeah. I hate Aaron Rodgers so much.
We were talking about it before the show, and I was almost upset by the fact that he was like trying to be humble in victory. And it's like, no. Like, don't do that to us. He was talking greasy. Like let me see you mad. Let me see you pissed off. Like that's the Aaron Rodgers I wanted to see after that game. And unfortunately, we broke him. We broke him to the point where he's humble because maybe his last time on the field. And we're not a national network. We're not here to talk to you guys for 2 hours about what's next for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
What will the Packers do without Aaron Rodgers?
No, we're rubbing this W in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Rubbing it in.
Whatever, what do you say? James
Rubbing it in. Eating W's.
Eating W's on this show. Welcome to the Heavyweights. Hit the like button if you guys haven't been here before.
It's pretty on brand.
Eating W's?
Yeah.
Brand new Lions. I mean, the whole night, it was just insane. And then next segment, we're kind of going to talk about the leadership of the organization in terms of, and we did last week a little bit too. We wanted to give Sheila her flowers, and that conversation continue a bit more, but along with Chris Spielman, along with Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes, my God, dude. Dan Campbell too. Like these people. You people.
What do you mean, you people?
The leadership of the Detroit Lions organization. We had a live stream last night. Got a little tipsy. It was pretty fun.
It was fun.
Chris was like, first and foremost, before we do anything, Detroit Lions did their part of the job, right?
Yeah.
And then there was like one team we need to win, and they got jinxed last week. JB, do you remember what team that was?
Yes, I do. Yeah, those LA Rams. Somehow got jinxed. That Baker Mayfield Rams.
Did you bring your Seahawks hat in?
Oh no, I forgot it. Actually, I'll bring it in tomorrow.
You want to burn it? Are we gonna burn it?
We can if you want to. I mean, I'm upset about it still. So
I am pretty upset. But I embarrassed myself last week because I got pretty upset with a guy that helps us daily, but I told him to shut his mouth.
Look at his face.
Before he even came out, I told him to shut his fucking mouth.
Show your face.
Show your face. I told you to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
I told you.
Shut your mouth. Lock.
Jinx, dude. I can't wait. And I know how much you love the Pistons. That's the most annoying part about this is like we like the same teams, and I can't just return the favor to you. I just can't. Fuck you, dude. I hate you.
First of all, that's your problem for being superstitious. And second of all, this man has a Seattle Seahawks hat. Kill this man.
No, we're not deflecting the blame, Chris. I tried to stop you mid-sentence. I said, don't. I told you multiple times, but your pride just was too much. You couldn't just shut the fuck up for 5 seconds, and you had to jinx my Detroit Lions by locking the Rams. And because guess what? You remember the reason why I said it? Why I say it, Spinny? Because this motherfucker's in the hot dog suit every single week.
Yeah.
Every single week.
And what did he end up in?
Go ahead. Cut to yourself, Chris.
Cut to yourself again, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Show your shame.
Just some nice silks I picked up.
Yeah,
Got a dog.
So nice.
So you know what? If you guys see him in the streets,
Hot dogs over here. What's hot dog?
I can't ask for you to like physically hit him. That's like I feel like that's illegal. I'd go to jail for that.
You probably
inciting a riot or whatever. But just cock block him. All right, you see him with a girl.
Yeah.
Just talk about the last time he gave you herpes, male or female. I just see him say,
Preferably male.
that guy gave me salmonella.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Walk up to him and be
couldn't
like, Chris, this is who you stood me up for? And like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the Folga.
He's got the Folga.
He's got the Folga.
Yeah, he's got Folga. I wouldn't date him.
Yeah.
That's a good one. We could do that.
Yeah. Next time you guys see Chris out and about, you got cock blocked him. At least until. How long does this punishment last? So to the whole year,
Until the Lions make the playoffs.
Yeah, I like that. And that's not even a full year. So you don't. Well, that is kind of technically a full year.
Literally a full year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the definition of a year.
Well, there's your punishment, Chris.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
What do you mean
because
it's not
people
gonna
know
happen?
it's not my fault.
No,
It's not
I
my
don't know.
fault.
People are blaming you in the
Eazy,
chat.
You just have no accountability for your superstitions.
no, it's you. I had accountability. I tried stopping you. I didn't want it to happen on my show, but then you had to spout out with your stupid hot dog mouth. Fucking dude. I was legitimately mad too. I texted him late that night and I was like, dude, I lost my cool today. Like, I apologize that that wasn't cool of me to do like on there. But
I want you to know I went home and I slept great.
no, you didn't, because you texted me right back, and it was like 12 something at that point.
Yeah, I text you back and said, "No, I'm good. Everything's fine. Don't care."
No.
That apology really means a lot.
Yeah, man, it's good, man. We're boys, right? We're boys. How about Chris last night too? I'm not drunk, but also.
Okay.
Sorry.
What is that? What you said that twice now. Did I miss that? Or
Yeah, you must have.
I don't even remember that.
I'm sure you don't remember. You were pretty wasted, bud.
I wasn't that wasted. When I say I'm not drunk, I mean like.
Dude, you're
I'm not
screaming
saying
for
I'm not
Taco Bell
drunk.
and pounding your feet.
No,
Who wants to buy Taco Bell?
Let's get
That
Taco
wasn't
Bell.
That was
That
literally
was not
Chris.
happening.
Let's
No.
get Taco
No.
Bell. Oh my God. We need Taco Bell. That was Chris.
He
Not
had
happening.
some type of beverage, adult beverage in his hand, and we were talking, and then he goes
Yeah.
like to turn and talk to me, and like spilled the drink everywhere. I was like, oh god.
I didn't spill it everywhere. No,
What
it wasn't
happened?
like that. It splashed, but it didn't even go anywhere. It didn't even go anywhere. It didn't leave the cup. You know those times when you got like barely a little bit left of your drink, and
Yeah.
it just kind of goes up, but the cup catches it still. That's what happened.
Yeah, and then you already know too. He's got like the salad fingers in the same scenario too. Like when he's like, "Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry for that."
When he holds cups.
I apologize. This started off just abusing Chris, but
Yeah.
you did jinx our
You
team.
did jinx the Lions.
And you,
I did not.
You deserve this a little bit. You definitely did. And I
did
tried
not.
stopping it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But we're talking about the Detroit Lions season because there's still good things to talk about. Talking about Dan Campbell. Talking about Aidan Hutchinson, Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think so, Spinny. I think so.
I saw earlier today that Sauce was still the favorite, but I'm sure those haven't been adjusted to last game because I don't know. It's tough for me to think that somebody can see what happened last game, somebody can see the stats he's been putting up all year and not give him the award. It's 9.5 sacks now in the season. Obviously, the 3 interceptions. He's got the forced fumble. He's got the fumble recovery.
Yep.
He's making plays. I don't know. It'd be confusing to me if he doesn't win it. He's got more interceptions than Sauce.
Yeah.
He's got the rookie lead in sacks. What else do you want from the guy?
And the fashion in which he did it too, like David Bakhtiari, we always like credit him for being like a good left tackle. We have, at least last week we did. He said we were healthy in this matchup because we're looking at the guys healthy for the Lions in this one, guys healthy for the Packers in this one, and that was the name that came up. They didn't give a shit about no David Bakhtiari. No. And then moved to the other side of the line. He didn't give a shit about whoever's over there either.
Yeah.
Ed Hutchinson got 2 of them things last night on Aaron Rodgers in a big game. And I wanted to say a lot of my Campbell stuff for like next submit. And matter of fact, I will. I'm gonna tell you guys what else we're talking about too. Jared Thomas Goff, Esquire the third, and if he is the future of this franchise, obviously it's going to be a discussion we have to have. I saw a lot of people hit me up and they said, "You're gonna admit you're wrong yet? You're gonna admit you're wrong yet?" At some certain point in the show, I'm gonna send you guys my record predictions, and you can tell me if I was wrong. Moving on, though, we want to talk about a little update where the Detroit Lions officially landed in the NFL draft coming up because we had that Rams pick. It is top 10 pick. We are 6.
It is
and
top 10.
The Detroit Lions hold is it 18th?
18th, yes.
18th for their pick. So we'll look around, poke around with that one. Mike will be joining the show. We'll ask him questions on that one too. And then my biggest fear, I've been open and honest with you guys about on the show, was the Ben Johnson scenario and situation. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, what was that by the way?
I don't know.
Some guy just came up to the window, tapped on it, and just gave Spence a thumbs up.
That's my guy.
He probably caught you sleeping. You were cuddling with him.
Dude, took a nice nap in my car. I'm not gonna lie. I brought a pillow and everything.
We gonna see. Also, I'm not gonna.
Truth to power, guys. Says Detroit Dabbery.
Truth to power, guys.
Speak truth to power.
Just like Chris.
We will. Yeah. Honestly, just like Chris. We will be the champions of Lions fans and speak truth to power with 2 watches on at the same time.
What time is it? What time is it in Florida right now? Let me just check it. Okay. Time in Chicago? Let me just... My little ankle watchlet. Lot of names. We were trying to think of last night, like who is like the underrated or underdog guy of this Detroit Lions team.
Yes.
There's multiple names that pop up.
There are multiple names that pop up.
Unfortunately, a lot of those names are on this free agent list. Guys that the Detroit Lions may lose. I know Neil always likes to look forward to 2024 draft cap space. I'm sorry, I messed that up way bad. The 2024 cap space. You can't do that stuff.
No.
Because these guys are going to get re-signed. Free agents are going to get re-signed. And that's a discussion we just have to have today in terms of like these 2023 free agents. Maybe power rank them. Is that what you want to do?
Power rank the free agents?
Talk about
or we can just talk about who we want.
We'll power rank them tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
didn't want to do much power ranking last night.
You got power ranked.
I did get power ranked. But no,
Pause.
I think we could just talk about each one of them and the importance of having them back, the importance of what each of them does for the team, because there are some serious names on there. Obviously headlined by Jamal Williams, but you're also looking at guys like Deshaun Elliott, Frank Kaminsky, or John Kaminsky. I always call him Frank Kaminsky. Frank the Tank. Isaiah Buggs. You're looking at a lot of guys who have been important factors to this team this year, and guys you'd like to see return, but how much are you willing to pay them? How much are you willing to give them in free agency? The market dictates itself, but some of these guys like Alex Anzalone, Alex Tenderoni, Alex Beefaroni, who comes off the best year of his career, how much is he going to command in the free agent market? How much is he going to want from the Lions in the free agent market? Those are all decisions that need to be made by Brad Holmes this year, and it's important that he looks his best when he makes those decisions. So if you want to look your best, all you got to do is come into Lady Jane's. You can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime down payment to win your dream home, up to $200,000. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. No appointment necessary because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Matrix Home Solution is your go-to for any home project. Looking for a new man cave, a new shrine? They are in the basement remodel business. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. An A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
We've got the Jinx and Jizzy's dog suit. I don't even know where to go with that one. We got that guy in the. I just don't even want to say his name.
Oh yeah.
But you don't gotta say
you didn't have to call him Jizzy.
Yeah, I did. He was going to suffer that abuse. All right. Till the Lions make the playoffs, you are Jizzy. We got.
Or you can grow up and not be superstitious.
What did he say?
He said, "Oh, you can grow up and not be superstitious."
Or you can just not jinx everybody's favorite team when you're told to shut the fuck up like your ass, like multiple times. Like what, 5 times when that happened? Just don't do it, Chris. Don't do it, Chris. Don't. Knock your Rams! Fucking hot dog soup piece of shit. Fuck you, dude. All right, guys. Moving on. Last week we gave some flowers to Sheila Ford.
Yes, we did.
Sheila Hamp now. She got rid of the Ford, and that's one of the reasons you want to give her some flowers. She's been very observant and accountable of like the history of her family's name and what they've done for this organization, or better words, what they haven't done for this organization. And I want to give her some flowers. I just want to acknowledge the people who brought the brand new Lions to life. And I guess, actually, are you ready to turn the page of Vicious roll with the brand new Lions? Because there was a guy hanging out with us last night that was very adamant and not calling the brand new Lions quite yet.
Yeah, some old man was walking around like, "Oh, this is still the same old Lions. Back in my day, you had to win something before you did anything good." No, it has turned the page. Turn the page. My dad is 70 years old. My dad has seen everything that the Lions have ever thrown at anyone, and he said this feels different. He says this is not the same old Lions anymore. So if he says it, I can comfortably say it, because in my 26 years of life, in my 25.5 years of being a Lions fan, you look at this and it feels different because it's being built the right way. It feels different because you're seeing the right people in the right situations making the right decisions. And it starts with Sheila Hamp, as we gave her flowers because she deserved them for putting the Lions in situations like they can get Hard Knocks, like they can get the draft, hiring a guy like Brad Holmes or Dan Campbell, bringing in a Chris Spielman to help them make decisions. She is pulling all of the right strings. She's making all of the right decisions and all of the right choices. So it's very impressive to me that it obviously starts from the top, starts from the owner. It always does. And she's doing the right thing. She's making the right decisions, and she deserves her flowers.
Yeah, shout out to Paul Thomas in Woodward Sports Chat. He says, Spencer, you don't understand how many head fakes we've seen in the last 35 years, though. And my question to both Paul, if you're listening, and at some point I'm sure we'll open up the phone lines too, but to Paul, and this is my question to answer last night too. I was like, can you name me the last time the Detroit Lions had a James Houston in the organization?
Yeah.
And then Anson was struggling. He was struggling, found a name. All right, grabbed it. Cool. A name that I never heard of. And if he was a James Houston, I'm quite sure we would have heard of him, right? Can you name the last time the Detroit Lions found Amon-Ra St. Brown within the same Lions?
I don't think I can.
You can't? Okay. What about Malcolm Rodriguez?
No.
Okay. And then even if you were to bullshit a couple of names that you could just probably make up, because we are younger than a lot of the other Detroit Lions fans.
McCringleberry.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Can you collect them?
He was good.
Can you put them in a pool that were all selected within like the last 2 years of each other?
Can you tell me when the Detroit Lions had 4 of, like I say, I'm just spitballing here, but probably top 7 vote getters for Defensive Rookie of the Year, 2 of them being 6th-round picks?
It's insane.
Can you tell me when that happens?
The last time the Detroit Lions set a league record for rookie sacks in a single season?
Can you tell me when the Detroit Lions only had one loss in conference play or in division play? Went 5-1 in the NFC North?
You can't. I don't think they could. You want to know why, Spinny?
Why?
Because this is not your same old Lions.
It's not your grandpappy's Lions.
It's not your grandpappy's Lions.
And Grandpappy Anson was not feeling that. But like I said, my dad is 70 years old. My dad has seen the Lions at their best and seen the Lions at their worst. Mm-hmm. And he's telling me this is different. He's telling me this is not the same old Lions anymore.
100%.
So if he can believe it, so can you.
And you want to know what else, too?
If he can do it, you can do it.
Ryan Armani lost 20 pounds. and this, probably you could find something maybe similar. But also, I'm just going to say no. And if anybody wants to go back and answer, you're more than welcome to come on the show, man. You know that. But, if anybody could do some digging or find some homework, the last time the Detroit Lions started the season 1-6 and then finished 500 by the end of it.
Over 500.
Over 500.
Winning record.
Yeah, with a winning record. Seriously, though. That's why it's different. And, part of that reason is the leadership. I'm going to point. We spoke of the names, and that's credit to Brad Holmes, the Thirsty boy. I need you to pay attention here.
Sorry.
All right. And then back to another leader in the organization, Dan Campbell.
Yes.
Dan Campbell to gather these, ravenize the troops. What's the word I'm looking for? Thank you. Galvanize troops. Galvanize the troops. 1-6. You know how easy it is to pack it in, especially after having a 3-13 season beforehand?
Yes.
For Dan Campbell to keep those guys composed, bought in to whatever scheme and whatever, all the BS he was saying. And I always bitch about it too. I was nervous about the hiring with Dan Campbell at first because I feel like the rah-rah stuff can grow weary. It can grow tired if it doesn't, come in the form of championships. And we had a rah-rah guy, had you at, 4 wins and freaking 19 losses at a point. But got them boys going, kept them bought in, didn't lose anybody. They lost TJ Hutchinson, but that was more so, I think, more of a scheme situation too, because the tight end room continued to produce, matter of fact, more than versus when TJ Hutchinson was actually here.
And Brad Holmes said he would have made that move if the Lions were 6-1.
Yeah,
that move for trading TJ Hutchinson. He said he would have made that move either way. And you look at how bought in these guys were. This young group of players. A team with only one player above the age of 30 on the roster. A team with a lot of rookies playing significant roles on offense and defense. A team with a lot of guys going out there. Second-year guys are the veterans on this team. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Well, obviously, you have Jared Goff and DJ Chark. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, these are leaders on this team because of not only their play, but how bought in they are with the regime, how bought in they are with the coaching staff, and how they go out there and encapsulate everything that Dan Campbell is trying to make this Lions team.
Yeah.
Every play. You talk about, you can go watch the tape of Penei Sewell in that last game. He was murdering people on that field.
Yeah.
He was putting people in the dirt, and I loved it. And he's getting up, he's flexing, he's saying, let's go, getting everybody hyped. Dude, I love it. I love Penei Sewell. He is my favorite player on the Detroit Lions by far.
And the last time Detroit Lions had Penei Sewell.
Facts. Never.
Never, ever.
Never, ever.
And he's still one of the younger guys in the league after a rookie class ushered in. I just credit Dan Campbell because this thing was quite clearly headed towards a shipwreck. And then he grabbed the hold of the reins, and he steered him to a plus 500 record.
Yes.
It's insane. And then on top of that, too, to go over 500, there was nothing on the line.
No.
There was no playoffs. We weren't going to make the playoffs at that point.
Yeah.
You had already had your adrenaline almost dumped watching the freaking Seattle Seahawks game.
When you came and picked me up for sticks, I didn't even want to go.
I know. I forced him into going.
It's kind of whack. I mean, it was like a gut punch. You see the Seahawks miss the field goal. You're like, no way. They go to overtime. Seahawks get the coin toss. You're like, shit. And then they don't score, and they have to punt. You're like, let's go. And then Baker does what Baker does. White trash Johnny Manziel goes out there and throws a terrible interception. I hate you, Baker Mayfield. I hate you. And you look at that would have been a huge, obviously, motivating factor for a young team going into Lambeau. Playoff spot on the line. But that gets stripped away from them before they even go out there, before they even take a step out on the field for game time. And they were playing it. They were playing it on the Jumbotron. They had to go in the locker room. Those guys knew. This is the world we live in today.
Yeah.
Everything happens like that, and everybody knows about it as soon as it happens.
Yeah.
So for them to stay dialed in like that, for them to play with that kind of urgency, just to say, hey, Aaron Rodgers, right here, buddy, and finish with a winning record, man, it is so impressive that Dan Campbell had these young Lions bought in like that on a game that really did not hold much weight.
Grand stage, dude. National TV.
National
night
TV.
game. Gets a 4-time MVP.
In the frozen tundra.
In the frozen tundra.
Yeah.
Nothing
Dan
to
Campbell's
nothing to
looking
play
like
for.
Rudolph out there. Knows red as hell.
Hey.
Let's go, boys. Getting
Hey,
fired
what
up.
Rudolph do, though? He got to that sleigh safely
Yeah.
throughout the night. That's, I don't know, that's kind of corny.
That was pretty corny. That was very corny.
But no, seriously, though. There's nothing to play for. And they bought into it because he's a damn good leader. Shout out to everybody who wanted him fired halfway through the season, too. You know who you are, dumbasses.
By the way, reindeer are fake. Reindeer are real fake.
What do you mean?
Like Rudolph,
Like they're
they
not
all
real.
talk shit about him.
Reindeer are real, but like fake
Like,
reindeer?
they're like fake-
Is what we turn this
fake
into?
friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like
Why
they'll
would
talk
they do
shit
to you?
about Rudolph for a while, and then Rudolph becomes a big star, and all the reindeers loved him. It's like, no, where's that energy when I was just
Fake ass
red-nosed loser sitting in the, you wouldn't let me play in any of your games.
That is messed up. Hey, but that was Dan Campbell. He was the red-nosed loser. You know, I'm serious though. I mean, there's guys are part of our network.
Yeah.
Sitting here saying he belonged to work at McDonald's, flip-flopping real fast because all the people they said were better than him.
Snip, snap, snip,
Rob
snap. snip,
Salah,
snap. Yeah.
Brian Dable, Dan Campbell came through, clapped them up too.
In their house.
In their house.
In their house.
We were off the red-nosed Campbell.
Matt LaFleur beat him twice on the year.
He
Get
owns
outta
Matt
here.
LaFleur. By the way, and that's another person that people were saying should be head coach of the year last year. Newsflash, nope. Aaron Rodgers made that man look a lot better than he was. Dan Campbell 3-1 against that man.
Yeah.
I say Dan Campbell's a better coach with the worst roster. You can't pretend Green Bay don't got a squad.
They do.
They're pretty talented and young on defense. We're young on defense. I guess you could say we're talented now. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's more so coaching, but
Quay Walker's out there pushing training staff.
oh man! By the way, for him to do that on the week of everything going on with Damar Hamlin, like that was gross.
Yeah, and then he threw a
Bitch fit.
when he was walking back. Like, that was like,
That's facts.
oh man, that was tough to watch.
That was super
Capitalized
cringy.
off it though. Got some nice views.
You did. Tell us about the butchery though.
I will tell you about the butchery because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the butchery. Call 248-682-2697. Yes, 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
Guy Young Chris in the glizzy suit, the TD booth, JB's from the 1-2s. We were cracking up. We had to give Chris.
Giving Chris some shit.
Yeah, we had to. You jinxed on
Let's see it again.
Oh, the suit, yeah.
Let the people see.
Let people see, you know.
That's what you get.
The glizzy gladiator himself.
No ketchup on this thing, by the way.
Exactly as it should be.
No. Ketchup on a hot dog is better than mustard on a hot dog.
That's just not true.
Are you serious right now?
That's just objectively false.
Yeah.
It's like saying pretzel pizza is the best pizza out there.
It is a great pizza.
All right.
No, it's not. It's all right.
It's a great
nothing special.
pizza. Phenomenal pizza.
Not phenomenal. It's all right.
We spoke about the leadership of this team. Brad Holmes bringing in all these young players that we're all excited to hear about and talk about. And then Dan Campbell coaching them up alongside Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, and the rest of the boys. The boys are buzzing, yeah?
Dude,
stop saying that.
I love saying it, yeah? The boys are buzzing.
Eazy just figured out about this saying like 2 days ago, and he's been saying it ever since.
The boys are buzzing. There's buzzing out there, flying around out in Lambeau Field in the frozen tundra, buzzing. One of the boys, Aidan Hutchinson, young man, young gentleman, first-round pick. And may I say, Spencer.
May you say.
A future defensive rookie of the year.
Let me check the odds on that real fast. But, I mean, he's got to be top 2.
JB?
I think that the game last night kind of sealed it for him, for me, honestly. I mean, come on, 3 interceptions? Like, the sack total, like, come on, 9.5. He got to Aaron Rodgers. I think you give it to him. Like, I know he's going back and forth with him and Sauce, but I don't know. Last night just kind of, sealed it for me. You got to give it to Aidan.
It's Aidan's all day. I tried telling you guys this was happening 2 weeks ago, and there was a valid argument, for Sauce Gardner to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm not telling you there isn't a valid argument for Sauce Gardner to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, but this award was coming home to Aidan Hutchinson into the season on national primetime television with 2 sacks against Aaron Rodgers, and again, which they had to play in to make it to the playoffs. And Aidan Hutchinson was part of that. Nah, we don't think so. Nah, not today. Not today. Capping his season off with 9.5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 34 solo tackles, and just being a hell of a monster. Oh, yeah, 3 interceptions. How many does Sauce have in the year?
2.
2? 1 more than Sauce Gardner? Mm-hmm. I told you this, too. It's the media that votes in this, correct? Am I wrong in that?
Yes.
What's a sexier story to write right now? Aidan Hutchinson's or the New York Jets?
Aidan Hutchinson's, I would say.
It's this
the
award's
comeback kid,
Aidan's.
the hometown kid.
100%.
A defense that had nothing last year, turning it around midseason, making a lot of things. I can't find any up-to-date odds.
That's fine. That's Jamie. Jamie, can you pull that up for us?
Everything I'm finding is Sauce minus 1,200.
This thing's coming to Aidan Hutchinson. This thing's coming home. Coming home to Michigan.
You put money on it? You put a check on it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I already did. You can make bets on it right now.
Yeah.
I'd put my money on Aidan Hutchinson winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, 100%. I mean, look at the history of the award, too. It goes to defensive tackles. We talked about that. I'm sorry, defensive ends. You can go back to Ohio State. That's the rivalry. That's a team they hate, right? Chase Young, when he won his Defensive Rookie of the Year, he had 7.5 sacks, 12 QB hits, and then 10 tackles for loss.
Yes.
8 and 9.5 sacks, 15 QB hits, and 9 tackles for loss. Oh, yeah, and those 3 interceptions. Like, again, ending the season on primetime television, the writers are voting for this thing. Give it to him.
Yep.
Nick Bosa, another Rookie of the Year. 9 sacks for him as well. Like, it's just, I don't know. It just makes sense.
It's impressive, like you said, and it does help that he ended the season with a bang on primetime at Lambeau, sacking Aaron Rodgers twice, making a bunch of plays. That definitely will resonate in the eyes of voters. That will definitely be remembered by the people voting for this award. Is like, oh damn, that's what Aidan Hutchinson did to end the year to give himself the rookie, lead for sacks, to solidify this performance, to help the Lions get a victory in Lambeau. I wouldn't be mad with either or, but I think it should be Hutchinson. I think it'd be hard. It'd be hard not to give it to Hutchinson.
I'm just saying, it's Hutch all day. Would you vote for Sauce over him at all? Like, I guess what is the argument, JB?
I don't know. I mean, Sauce did have early success at the beginning of the season, but it just seemed like Aidan Hutchinson was kind of getting the flow of the game and kind of learning both at the same time as a rookie of where he needs to be on the field a little bit more. So I think he's progressed from the beginning of the season to where he is now. But, I mean, Sauce kind of just stepped in and kind of just took over at the start of the season. So that's the only argument I got. But like I said, as for last night, that sealed it. Like, you have to give it to this man.
100%. CJ Schneider, the Woodward Sports Chat, they closed the betting lines because all the money's on Sauce Gardner, and they might have closed it because Aidan Hutchinson got your ass.
Yeah, got your ass.
Got your ass.
Got you, bitch.
You voted on that minus 1,200. Stupid.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Got him!
couple comments in Woodward Sports Chat say that Aidan was all over Good Morning America or Good Morning Football today. All over all the morning shows talking about his highlights. But it's just that easier of a story to sell. Like, the other thing, too, is you look at the teams themselves. Again, it's in terms of, like, writing the narrative, creating a narrative for it. Because, like, it's the media is voting on this. The guys that write these stories. Look at the two franchises right now. Remember the one the Jets, some people said were trajected to be better than Detroit Lions. Digress. Moving on. Detroit Lions versus Jets right now. Who do you think's on the higher trajectory?
The Lions.
For sure.
Detroit Lions.
The Jets don't even know what the hell they got going on. They ended the season on a loss. It's two different night and day scenarios, situations. Like,
Zach Wilson's a bust.
Would you be mad if Sauce got it though?
No.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't be mad.
I guess I wouldn't be tripping. I'm obviously with Detroit Sports Network, so I got to build up a little bit. But like I would definitely understand.
You can understand when you look at the amount of yards that he's given up in man coverage is impressive. Like, the guy has been playing clamps all year. They're not throwing the ball. They're giving him Revis treatment as a rookie, which doesn't happen in the NFL. So it is impressive what he's been doing. I would not be mad if they gave it to him for sure, but I think Aidan Hutchinson has done enough to win this award. I think Aidan Hutchinson deserves this award, and I do think he's going to get the award. And you look at it, and we talked about it already, even if Hutchinson doesn't win the award, they're going to have 4 rookies in the top 7 of voting for the award. It's going to be Hutchinson. Obviously, Sauce is going to be in there. Maybe Tariq Woolen will be in there. Maybe you throw Quay Walker in there. And then you look at everybody else, and it's going to be Kirby Joseph, Malcolm Rodriguez, and James Houston. 2 of those guys being 6th-round draft picks. Brad Holmes, you are an absolute wizard. And to think you could change the look of that defense, the skill level of that defense with a couple 6th-round draft picks, extremely impressive.
100%.
Extremely impressive.
Kudos to Brad Holmes. And I mean, real quick, back to the Sauce situation. I just want to get this out of the way, too. Like, the writer's going to hit the papers and drag about how Sauce locked up people that Skylar Thompson was the quarterback for. The freaking, who was the other guy for Denver? Rippin, or whatever the hell his name was. Skylar Thompson again yesterday. Freaking, like, come on. This thing's coming home to Hutch. Let's be real. Because when these writers go dive deep in, there's a lot bigger story there with Aidan Hutchinson than there is Sauce Gardner. And either way, both them boys from Michigan, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's, made in Michigan.
Sauce from the D, man.
100%. So, well.
Can't be mad at it.
Can't be mad at Sauce from the D at all, man.
Can't. Sauce is from the D. You cannot be mad at it.
Let's go hit some of the Woodward Sports Chat. K Sports Live. Kirby is Rogers' daddy. Amen. This guy seeing a thumb. Will K, I should say. It's a win-win for both hometown kids. 100%. Who's essentially getting swept under the rug by national media? Steve Lehman said. Let me find who he's talking about. CJ Snyder Malcolm was pretty quiet for the second half of the season, though. Top 10 in voting. I don't know about top 7. It's one of those like underappreciated positions. I've been saying that for quite a while now about the linebackers. Like it's becoming that. It's tackles, and tackles aren't that sexy of a stat at the end of the day. Like when we go and we sit here, we want to brag about Aidan Hutchinson. Like tackles isn't the first one you say.
You talk about sacks. You talk about turnovers.
It's not the point you emphasize on. Yeah, 100%. You talk about the sacks, the interceptions, turnovers, all that good stuff. QB hits. Like as a linebacker, that's kind of like what you're delegated to. That's what you're going to eat up most on is tackles. And fortunately, Malcolm, he was looking for that turnover. He wanted that interception all season long.
He wanted that interception. He almost had it.
Yeah, against the Bills.
Anzalone snatched it from him.
He did. And you can't be mad at it, too, because obviously you're playing to win the game at that point, too.
You play to win the game.
110%. Do you think – because you heard the term before that year 2 was the biggest jump for, like, NFL players. And you spoke on, like, the amount of rookies that Detroit Lions had on this team that are going to be in the top 10 for Rookie of the Year voting.
Yes.
Do you expect that year 2 jump for all of them, or do you think anyone was a bit of a fluke?
Not really. I mean, the flukiest one you could think of is James Houston. Maybe you look at that as the league wasn't ready for him, but you can't call it a fluke when he does it every game.
Yeah.
You can't call it a fluke after the league has tape on him and he's still doing it. So I do expect them to all take jumps forward. I do expect them to all be better players next year. I do expect them to go out there and have that year 2 development that we've seen in the NFL for a long time. And that is something great to hear as Lions fan, because as impactful as these guys have been this year, they're going to be even better. They're only going to continue to grow. They're only going to continue to get more comfortable. And it's just amazing to hear. It's amazing to think about. And I can't wait to see what they're doing next year.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Draft the cocaine. The Woodward Sports Chat says starting at a historically bad rate on defense and ending at 28th overall. Such a tremendous turnaround, and this defense deserves respect. Defend the Glen, baby. We've been riding all year. We're telling you guys, this team's young, and it's going to take a minute to get used to it. And not only just the team being young, Aaron Glenn just learning his personnel as well, on top of it. Learning what guys like Kenny can't do. It's a similar situation going on. I can't say it right now anymore. Damn, that's so sad. But it's related to the Jameson Williams and Ben Johnson thing, where JMO obviously, off to a little bit of a slow start there for some people, in some people's mind. And mine, you guys already know I'm kind of patient with the young guys. But my rule of thumb is like 2 years. And in terms of 2 years, I mean like 2 years worth of games too. Like, don't give me, he played half of his first season, Jeff Okuda scenario where he didn't really actually play his second year.
Yeah,
I need a full 2 years on field of play, or at least close to 2 years, before we could actually make an actual judgment. It's people talking about some of the draft picks that some people wanted in terms of like which Hamilton, I think he's still doing well, but Malik, obviously people try to bring up all the time, but like 2 years, because you can make yourself looking real stupid if you're not that patient, just like some people have already. And when they talked about firing Campbell, or they talked about freaking Aidan Hutchinson at certain moments, we almost did. We never pulled the plug and said that word.
So we were worried though.
We were worried, yeah, and obviously we were patient. It paid off.
And yeah, the defense, like they said, going from the worst defense, historically one of the worst defenses in the NFL, to now finishing the season at around 28th is a great accomplishment. And that defense showed how strong it was, kind of like how Guardian Alarm does, because it's a new year, so let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. Of course, they have 24/7 local monitoring. Call them anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, their technology is backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's proven to work and people that have been proven to care. So if you need help with your defense, all you have to do is call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT right now, and let them know Guardian Alarm sent you.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Our very own Ryan Armani has lost upwards of 20 pounds thanks to the help of Custom Health Centers. Don't be fat. You can see Ryan Armani, his transformation. It's amazing. The guy looks like a brand new man. The guy looks like he changed races from the next down. But, it's, in all seriousness, Ryan Armani has enlisted the help of Custom Health Centers in his weight loss journey, and he's already lost upwards of 20 pounds. So if you want to do the same, all you have to do is call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today and let them help you lose some weight.
Don't be fat. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
We got young Chris in the TV booth in his Glizzy suit. Jinxing my Detroit Lions because he's a POS. We'll move on. JB's moving the 1s and 2s, rocking along on a victory Monday, the final victory Monday until next season. We can't say for the year because the season starts back up.
Yeah.
A couple months. This is going to be a long time.
It's been so long.
I know.
You got to think, last year felt so much longer
bittersweet.
because we started talking draft halfway through the season.
Yeah, you're right. But at the
this
same
year,
time,
we've actually had something to fight for the majority of it.
Yeah, that's fair. But at the same time, like, you're almost like just as excited though to see these guys back in action. Like,
yeah,
I think our guy Mikey said in the Woodward Sports chat, like, you feel robbed.
You feel robbed. I'd love to see more games. I'd love to see the season snap back. That's why I'm going to take a vacation until football season starts again. So
Pull a Concord.
Yeah, have fun. I'm off until football season. No, but it'd be a lot easier, you know, if the Pistons were any good, or people wanted to hear about hockey. But it is what it is, and we got a lot of draft to talk about. We're obviously going to dive into all the prospects now, look at who we think the Lions should take, look at their game film, look at their tape and what's going on with them. So I'm excited for that. That's always fun to look at new guys. Because last year, you know, outside of one tape, I think we did pretty well when we were talking about the guys they drafted.
Yeah.
When we talked about James Houston, when we talked about Malcolm Rodriguez, when we talked about Kirby Joseph. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm so excited to see what Brad Holmes does because every time he gets his hands on somebody, you just think they're going to be a stud.
I guess that is like the positive to look forward to but then even then, after that draft, you're still waiting on those guys to hit the field. But it is bittersweet. I'm looking at the NFC playoffs right now, and the Seattle Seahawks did beat the Detroit Lions at home, but I'd say like the way the season ended, I'd say the Detroit Lions are a better team. They've kind of just fallen apart. They haven't looked the same. The New York Giants, that one, I don't know about you guys, and probably the Vikings a little bit too, but I mean, they earned their credit enough to get that bye week. But actually, no, they didn't get the bye week. I'm sorry, they're third seed. But the Giants, seeing the Giants in the NFC playoffs is knowing that we went to their house and whooped on them too.
Clapped them around.
Yeah, it's such a, I don't know. I just feel robbed, but it's all right. Speaking of us getting robbed, people are starting the interview processes for
Black Monday is officially
Cliff
happened.
Kingsbury is gone.
Lovie Smith
is gone from the Texans. Obviously, the situation that happened with Nathaniel Hackett, and Ben Johnson has officially got his first request to interview for a head coaching job, and that's with the Texans. Per Tom Pelissero, the Texans requested an interview with Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson for the head coaching job, per source. This is my biggest fear, Spinny.
This is scary. This is scary. When you hear guys talk about him, when you hear Amon-Ra St. Brown talk about him, and how upset he'd be if he left. Talk about how he's his favorite coach ever. Talk about how he's a guy that revolutionized the offense of the Lions. You hear defensive coaches saying how hard his offense is to scheme for, how hard his offense is to play against. And you see, even in that last game, just busted out the tricks when you need him the most. He had the little hook and lateral play with Amon-Ra and DeAndre Swift to get him in this third and manageable when they're at 2nd and 17. So, yeah, it's scary. And this one is the one that scares me the most. Is the Texans' job.
He has the liberty to
free
pick,
reign.
Yeah, whatever quarterback he wants to start this journey with. And whether that's C.J. Stroud, whether that's Bryce Young, I mean, that's some pretty solid prospects to start from, you know. And beyond that, too, they have an extra first-round pick, if I'm not mistaken, within the top 20. It's just they are a bit of a fluky organization, though, I'd say, the Texans are, just because of having these back-to-back firings. And it's kind of sketchy, too. And maybe I'll save this in for like a later off-season topic, but like just to fire these two gentlemen back-to-back just only after 1 year is kind of wild to me.
It's the reverse Rooney Rule.
It is. It really is the reverse Rooney Rule, because I know you obviously know now when you hire these African-American people into your executive positions, minority. Yeah, Alex, it's all minorities now.
It's all minorities.
Okay, I apologize.
Sure,
It's all minorities. You get that extra draft capital, and that,
which is so fucked up when you think about it.
It is kind of annoying.
It's like, we're going to make a rule that you have to interview at least one black guy. You got to do it every time. We're going to make a rule that says you got to do that. And then if you hire a minority, we'll give you some compensation. Like that's fucked, dude.
They have to
incentivize
to make it happen.
Incentivize people to hire African American or minority head coaches, it's embarrassing, honestly.
Yeah. They've embarrassed themselves like often, and right when you start to feel like you're getting away from stuff like that, it just gets a little dicey, a little sketchy. But back-to-back guys fired. Obviously, they got the draft capital from it, so they're good. But at the same time, I guess the head coaching salaries are guaranteed. I just never got why they fired David Coley to begin with. He had a shit roster in the first year that he went to, and it was like they fired him after that one. Like he won 4 games with freaking what's the hell's his name? The quarterback, the long ass neck.
Chris.
Young
Davis
Chris?
Mills.
How do you feel about that stuff, JB?
I mean, I don't care for it, but I don't care either way. If you're black, white, green, yellow, I don't care. Just hire the correct coach or the right coach for the job.
Not Jeff Saturday.
Yeah, not Jeff Saturday. Definitely not Jeff
Saturday.
Yeah. Definitely not Jeff Saturday. But still, like, just hire the right coach for the job. Like, you don't need a rule to where you have to interview African American players just because. If you think he is the right candidate for this coaching position, just hire him. That's it. That's plain and simple. You don't need this whole, there needs to be a rule just so we're fair and we're equal as an organization. No, just hire the correct person for the job.
I'm 100% with that.
Paul Thomas in the Woodward Sports Chat is right. He says the reason the Rooney Rule is dumb is because it doesn't accomplish anything. And he's right. You literally just bring in a token black guy to say that you did it. You bring in a token minority to say that you interviewed those guys, and you're not considering them. Obviously, there are ones to be considered, like realistic head coaching options. But like Aaron Glenn, I feel like last year that's what happened with him. I can't consider he was a realistic head coaching option for anyone after 1 year of being a defensive coordinator and not having a great defense.
Yeah.
How Eric Bieniemy doesn't have a head coaching job to this point is beyond me.
I gotta think with him though, it's like
he's waiting for Andy Reid to retire. You think that he's gonna take over the Chiefs?
I just think he'd maybe not be the guy for the job. I mean, like you can't really deny like what that offense is and what's been.
It is a lot.
We gotta be like realistic in that scenario too. Like Andy Reid's been doing what Andy Reid's been doing for quite a while now, and Patrick Mahomes is one hell of a talent to have. You know, so you can't really like give coaching credit like for that one. Like the Goff stuff, you kind of like you can't give coaching because you've seen that without it, and it was ugly, you know. And then we've seen it with it, and it's damn pretty. And that's another scary thing about this interview with Ben Johnson and the Houston Texans is that like he's not a minority. Like this isn't like you get it out of the way housekeeping
thing.
This is the actual like interview for the job.
And like I said, that job is the one that scares me the most. For Ben Johnson to be lured away is the Houston Texans job. As much of a shit organization that they are. They have the choice of any quarterback they want. They have a lot of money to spend in free agency. He can write his own script down there.
Oh my gosh, they have like multiple draft picks too because of the trade.
I would go to Houston before I would go to Denver or Arizona. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, Houston currently has the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft, and as well as the 12th pick in the draft.
They have 11 total.
11 total, and just this year.
Yep, for the 2023 draft.
Cornelius T says he puts the Rooney Rule and Black History Month in the same disrespectful category.
Yeah,
it's honestly true. It's like, all right, this is when you can celebrate. All right, this is what happens if you hire a black guy. Here you go, take a 3rd round pick. Good job.
Yeah,
one of your black guys got promoted to head coach. Here you go, good job. Take a pick.
Take a pick.
I mean, I would feel it'd be disrespectful. Yeah. Obviously, I can't say anything on the topic, but I just feel like it's.
No, the draft pick one did feel that way.
Yeah,
like that's definitely it's a device to hire based off that.
To get a minority coach hired at another job, you deserve incentive.
And then like you just have like the Texans organization too is like it's just an ugly look when you're firing these gentlemen like after 1 year.
After 1 year with nothing.
Yeah.
With nothing. Lovie Smith, he's not the greatest head coach, but he's not a bad head coach. He's had success at most of his stops.
Yeah.
Like, I like Lovie Smith. I feel like people love Lovie Smith, love playing for him at least. They sure did in Chicago. They sure did at Illinois. And I don't know. I'm not tapped into the Texans locker room, but I feel like the players like Lovie Smith. He seems like a very likable guy. And to fire him after the season because of what? Because you put out the worst roster in the NFL?
I never even thought Lovie was like that great of a coach like ever. I know he went to Super Bowl with the Bears, and I thought that defense was phenomenal, but like I think he was always great at defense. Defense. That's been him. The David Culley stuff, and maybe we get a Texans content guy on to get like a inside perspective of it, because I'm sure the same way we laugh at people's takes on Lions, they don't know what the hell's going on. They could probably laugh at like what we're saying up here too about the Texans, but they just feel like a sloppy organization. Didn't they come to some agreement with some of the Deshaun Watson accusers, and they paid out some money? I remember in the offseason. Yeah, like it's just a kind of bit of a wonky organization.
Obviously, the whole Bill O'Brien shit. Like Bill O'Brien is one of the worst GMs in the history of football.
I don't know. He did draft. Well, actually, I don't know who he drafted, so I can't speak on that. But
he traded DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Hot dog water. Traded DeAndre Hopkins for Chris.
I'm a great trade.
And the ghost of David Johnson.
You ain't lying. Yeah. Tell us about Big Boy.
I will. Because if you're in a hot dog suit like Chris, you might get hungry looking at yourself. And a place you can go to get some food is Big Boy. Because wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. They have the Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Throw some hot sauce, some ketchup on those boys. That is fire. So stop into your local Big Boy today and satisfy those taste buds.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
The Midway swapped out roller skating, basketball, and mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, and puck putt. With free entry to the site, enjoy a variety of new activities aimed at creating exceptional winter experiences for everyone. Get to the Midway this winter and enjoy tasty treats while making magical memories during the most wonderful time of the year. Those tasty treats include, but are not limited to, burgers, pierogies, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, and mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies. And of course, coming soon is the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics. You'll be able to compete against Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam, Ryan Armani, Jeff Iafredi, the heavyweights, and all the Woodward Sports family in Monroe Street Midway games. So make sure you go downtown to the Monroe Street Midway and have a good time while it's still there. Presented by Bedrock Detroit.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks. We got young Chris who Jinx My Lions and the TD Booth POS. We got JB Smooth, the ones and twos. The whole point I wanted to make with the Ben Johnson stuff was, how scared are you on a scale from 1 to 10 of this thing actually happening this offseason?
This offseason?
Losing Ben Johnson this offseason.
I'd say right now I'm at about a 5.
5?
I'm at a 5.
Please share. Please.
I really don't think he's going to. If I had to make a bet on it, if there was a gun in my head, I'd say he's back in Detroit next year.
Wow. And I guess, like, why? Like,
I don't think that this is a big enough sample size. Obviously, you'd love for, you hear about the young offensive-minded head coaches, guys like Ben Johnson, guys like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, obviously go fast. Obviously, teams want to take a shot at a guy like that, but still, it's only been one season. I don't know if he wants to go to the Texans organization. I wouldn't want to go to the Texans organization. If that's the best job you're looking at is being the head coach of the Houston Texans, I would just bide my time. But I would honestly wait for that Chargers job to open if I was Ben Johnson. Because that's going to open soon. Brandon Staley's an idiot. He was playing his starters. Dude's going to get fired. Ben Johnson is obviously, you want to make a name for yourself. You want to go out there and get a head coaching job because there aren't a lot of those. There's only 32 of those in the world. But at the same time, you don't want to rush into something. I would not want to be the head coach for the Denver Broncos right now. I'll tell you that right now. I would not want to be the head coach for the Arizona Cardinals. I can tell you that right now. The one that is the most appetizing, the one that is most appealing, I said appetizing because I'm fat, is the Houston Texans, just because you could kind of write your own narrative. But again, it's the Houston Texans. So, I don't know. I'm at a 5 right now. Obviously, if he leaves, I would be devastated. But I really feel like he's going to be back next year.
See, I never bought into that narrative of, why would a guy go to this team? This team sucks. Like, that's every scenario of, like, almost every guy that's been hired. Like, head coaching positions are usually available because the team's been in pretty bad situations.
Great job, bud. You're fired.
Yeah, like that's exactly.
But I mean, I'm not just saying like I'm not just saying like it's a bad team or they're in a bad. It's like the Cardinals are hamstrung with Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing you can do with that, and Kyler Murray's not great. The Broncos are hamstrung with Russell Wilson. Nothing you can do with that. And Russell Wilson looked like dog shit this year.
Mm-hmm.
So those two situations I wouldn't want to walk into. I would be cool walking into the Texans situation because, like you said, you have your pick of the litter of any of these rookie quarterbacks coming up unless Chicago trades out or does something like that. And you have a lot of flexibility in cap space. But, man, I would be if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm waiting for the Chargers gig, man.
Yeah, I just don't think it like works that way. But that would be one I would wait for. I'm not denying that. Like, I don't necessarily think Brandon Staley is like that's his name, right?
Yes.
I don't necessarily think he's like the greatest head coach.
He's a terrible head coach.
Yeah, I don't think he's. Yeah, I don't think he's.
He's a defensive guy too.
Yeah, that was a weird hiring in my opinion. Joe Lombardi is your freaking offensive coordinator. In Detroit, we are more familiar with how shit of an offensive coordinator he is than anybody. But that definitely the one you want to wait out. But I just don't necessarily feel like waiting out is the thing, especially when you have a reality that Sean McVay may take a step away, take a TV gig, chill for a year, and then have pick of the litter that you're talking about, and which I believe Sean Payton's a similar situation too. Like, I think that's one of the reasons they stepped away is to be like, hey, I want to do what you did, cherry pick where I want to go, and have complete control because I'm a guy that formerly won a Super Bowl situation. But the Texans is the one that is most nerve wracking.
Most nerve wracking for sure.
If I had to go actually 1 through 10, JB, where are you at with being? How scared are you of losing Ben Johnson to the Texans?
I probably got to put mine at a 4 or a 4.5 at least.
Wow, you guys is way lower than mine.
Dude, for everything that Spencer was saying as well too, you have all these draft picks that you can just sit here and pick and choose however you want to, build this team a lot more. The flexible cap space right here, you can go out and get anybody that they have right now on a free agency that's soon to come up. And also the simple fact is you could set history right here with the Houston Texans as being the head coach that brought this franchise back from the dumpster fire that it was, from so many mistakes that they made in previous years before. Like, you could write a 30 for 30 just off of that alone.
So you're only at a 4? You're only scared at 1 through 10. You're scared at a 4?
Yeah, 4.5. Just because the simple fact that he still has unfinished business here in Detroit, and he has a relationship with a lot of the people, a lot of the players in this organization right now. So it's like, do you stay where you're at? And also the other job openings that you guys said as well too. You don't know exactly if these things are going to open up more. The Rams position, the Chargers position. I mean, I would personally take either one of those like before the Texans, just because you have a solid foundation there as well too.
Yeah, I'll take the Raiders over that too. Maybe not the Texans, but I'll take the Raiders over the Broncos.
We don't know if that's going to be available.
It's going to be available.
It probably should, but
it's not this year. But
next,
like I'm saying, next year it's probably going to be available. Josh McDaniels is a turd.
JB gave me a 4, and he sold like the perfect reason to take the Texans job. That's weird. Like, you're going to have every opportunity to pick every piece you want on the cap space.
What's your number? Did you give a number?
No, I didn't. I mean, my number, you guys know, I have high anxiety about this whole conversation scenario. My number is an 8. Like, I mean, especially the Texans job. I mean, because first and foremost, I got to assume that it'd be very easily, the ownership would be very easily convinced that this thing's going to take some time because it just gave 2 guys an opportunity to turn around and obviously clearly weren't happy. So that you could sell that to them right away. Like, look, you know this is going to take some time. You just gave 2 different guys that you thought was going to make this work, and it didn't. Give me some time. You had the picks, like JB was saying. And by the way, I mean, it'd be mind-blowing if it happened, but I don't think the Bears are taking a quarterback. I think Will Anderson is most likely going to be their pick. It's like you're getting your choice at quarterback. You're an offensive coordinator. Like, if you're Ben Johnson, you made a face. What's going on? Or are you just reacting to like what I just said?
I was just thinking about what the Bears are going to do with it. It doesn't matter.
We'll talk about it. But, yeah, I'm an offensive coordinator, offensive genius, if you will. And I get to pick my first pick of this whole rebuild is the quarterback, and then I have another pick like 11 guys later. Like, this is, if you want to be a head coach, like, he's in the perfect scenario to do it. Outside of maybe questionable ownership, because they also put some like super religious guy, I guess, in head of their GM, and I mean I think he's gone now, but that's the only thing that's slowing me down though is the ownership. What are you gonna say?
That's the only thing, other than being second fiddle in Texas. But
to the Cowboys.
Always being second fiddle in Texas. But you look at what he's built here. I do think that that'll play a little factor of. Obviously, you're not going to say, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere because I love the Lions," but it does play a little factor. You see his relationship with Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's the guy that trusted him, kept him from the Quinn Trisha era, gave him the opportunity, fired his friend and Anthony Lynn, and promoted Ben Johnson, gave him the reins on this offense. Gave him the weapons he needs. You don't think Ben Johnson wants a year with Jameson Williams at 100%?
Yeah,
I'd say I would. I would want a year with Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown if I was Ben Johnson. But that being said, head coach is a head coach.
I mean, you're getting so much more money as a head coach. Yes. Every last dollar of it's guaranteed. And then again, this Houston Texans opportunities. I mean, you choose. You're building everything from scratch. It's all on you. You know what I'm saying? Your hands aren't tied.
I say we, put a wig on Fish.
Sneak him in the bed with
Ben
Johnson.
Take him over to Ben Johnson's house, get some pictures, ship it out to teams looking for a head coach. And
I had that written down on my prep sheet, actually, because the topic was nobody's called Ben Johnson yet, and I think that was right before the news broke.
Yeah, it was right before that.
I wrote Fish, ? That's all I wrote in my prep sheet today.
Broncos seeking new head coach. It just said on ESPN, it said they reached out to Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, I mean,
hello.
I'm over the Jim Harbaugh stuff.
You think he's leaving?
Yeah, I think he's leaving.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit to talk about it. I mean, this is like an annual thing, and it is yet to happen. Shut the fuck up with the Jim Harbaugh stuff. Honestly, like, until it happens, like, I'm just done speculating if this guy's leaving or not. He just came out early last week, and said he's staying.
Last year was crazy. He said he expects to be there next year.
Last year, he definitely flirted with it, and like I said,
last year was crazy. It was National Signing Day, and he's going to interview with the Vikings. I was
that seems disrespectful
to
me.
I
the university.
Yeah, but
in the same
he can do
breath,
whatever he wants. Ward Manuel will let Jim Harbaugh do whatever he wants.
In the same breath, they came back and he took them to the Big Ten championship again and back to the playoffs, and obviously lost the playoffs again. But for Jim Harbaugh, like, as a head coach perspective, it was like admirable, I should say, because I'm on the same board as you guys. Like, how the do you let this guy back? That's like
dude. Jim Harbaugh could run naked down some street in Ann Arbor. I don't know the streets in Ann Arbor, but some street in Ann Arbor, and Ward Manuel will be like, "Oh, that's just Jim being Jim." They're best friends.
Yeah,
it's just a Tuesday for Jim.
Yeah, just Tuesday for Jim.
Yeah, and then I saw a comment by Eric Lynn, the Woodward Sports Chat, says Dan would be wise to take Ben under his wing if head coach is what he wants. Let him learn like he learned from Sean Payton. Then after next season, field all interview. It doesn't matter. He can be a head coach now.
Yeah,
like, teams are interviewing him now. He doesn't need to sit underneath like any wing or be guided.
The
3rd and 17 play last night, or 2nd and 17, where it looks like a bubble screen to St. Brown.
Yeah,
they pitch to Swift.
Yeah. That was nice.
I knew right then and there, like, oh, this is a prime time.
Yeah, that was tough.
We'll see.
That was tough.
We'll see. And to be honest with you guys, like, you guys know that I was like super pissed off about the Detroit Rams stuff like that. Like, you're a Detroit Lions fan. How dare you? And most of that was predicated around the fact that, like, their success correlated with what the Detroit Lions have in draft capital. with Ben Johnson, if he goes on, I'm going to root for him.
I'll root for Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I'm going to be super excited to see what he does with QB with a larger skill set. I'm not going to say better, but larger skill set to work with and what he's going to game plan with that. We're going to see. But not before I tell you guys about Swiss Insurance. Yes, the Swiss. Be sure to check out Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Many businesses choose January 1st as the effective date, but Swiss can help make sure you have proper coverage before then. Swiss Insurance gives us a shot, and you guys won't be disappointed either. Mark at SwissINS.com. Again, that's Mark at SwissINS.com. This is Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. They got all the best deals, and they beat all competitors by $5. $5.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Siri says so.
Don't forget $5?
Yes, Spencer. $5.
Wow. Wait, 5?
Yes, 5.
How many?
Jeez.
5.
Okay.
$5.
5 singles. And Abraham
Can I cook a hot dog in there?
You could cook a hot dog in there. You could get a hot dog not just with mustard, but you could add ketchup to that hot dog if you wanted to. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way.
Chili Peppers Tan, and before I let you take it over, I do see some people in the chat asking what do we have this dude wearing. If you are new to the show or you haven't been around on a Monday in a while, we do a Friday football pick'em every Friday, obviously this being the last week, and whoever loses the football pick'em has to wear the Wiener suit.
Has to wear this.
They have to wear the Wiener suit.
This is my first time.
Like you should have to.
Me and Eazy, we shot 100%.
Yeah.
Shot
nice
100%.
little parlay.
I didn't do bad, by the way. I just did the
No,
worst.
you didn't do as good as us.
Yeah. I got only 2 wrong, right?
Yeah, you picked the Jets and...
Oof. That was such a toss-up game.
Whoever played the Panthers.
I almost I feel like he deserved it for the whole week after jinxing the Lions, though. Like,
oh my God, dude, grow up.
I wish I put that on the line on Friday.
Dude, seriously,
I tried to stop you from doing it. I literally tried to I said, stop, shut up, don't do it, and you did it.
Now look who's bothered.
Everybody, yeah,
just you.
I mean, it was going to happen. We put all our trust into Baker Mayfield. Like, come on.
You can't save him, JB. He fucking jinxed him, and I tried to stop him.
I hate
That's
Baker
what I'm
Mayfield
most
more than
pissed
I hate
off
Chris.
about. Is I tried to stop you multiple times. You hate Baker Mayfield more than Chris?
Yeah.
Can we be honest too about Quandre Diggs? I mean, that's a hell of a play.
That was. That's one
That was a hell of a
last. That's
play.
one last FU to Detroit by Matt Patricia.
I thought Eazy was going to take that total life. I thought he was going to be like, can I be honest here?
I do too.
I'll take Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I really thought
I
that's
thought
where
he
it
was
was
going to
going.
say something like that too. But that was a great play by Quandre Diggs. I love Quandre Diggs, man. He's a baller.
Somebody in the Woodward Sports chat, I totally lost it by now. I think it was Dr. Detroit. It was it was Dr. Detroit. This is Johnson staying. Sheila pulled up in the F-350, an extended bed full of cash. Is there are you buying it? Like, is there like a certain amount of money that would be more than what a head coach is being paid? Because head coach salaries are publicized, right?
Yeah.
But you never really see that of offensive coordinators.
I think they could pay him. I think they should pay him. I think he's the most important coordinator in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think they should definitely give him a bag if they want to keep him. And I'm sure they want to keep him. I know Jared Goff wants to keep him. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown wants to keep him.
Penei Sewell wants to keep him.
I know Penei Sewell wants to keep him. You know, all the guys want to keep him. And the organization should as well. And I'm sure Sheila does. I'm sure Sheila will get it done. Give him a bag, man. He earned it.
I mean, if Jared Goff bought what do you buy his line? Like a whole bunch of watches for everybody on the offensive line?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should buy Ben Johnson a car.
You should definitely buy Ben Johnson.
Buy him a house.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, he's
so
got the
should
bread.
Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams got that $250,000 bonus.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's going to get some money for breaking Barry's record. I mean, he should buy the offensive line something too. But he should also buy Ben Johnson something.
That is something I'm going to look into throughout the week, like the salary of like offensive coordinators. I'm assuming they got to be just as guaranteed as head coaching positions because when guys get fired, they don't always get to stay. So you'd have to guarantee them some bread.
I see a question in the chat that we have on the list or on the rundown is thing in the Woodward Sports chat says,
"Oh my God,
heavyweights, how do you feel about the 2023 opponents?" I see a 12
graphic for that one.
We do.
Go ahead, throw it up, Chris.
All right.
Yeah, the Lions have some tough road games for sure, but their home schedule seems pretty winnable. Obviously, Bears, Vikings, Packers, but then at home they have the Falcons, Panthers, Seahawks, Broncos, and Raiders, all beatable teams. Again, away, obviously, Bears, Vikings, Packers, but they have to go to New Orleans, they go to Tampa, go to Dallas again, which, why? Go to Kansas City, go to the Chargers, and go to Baltimore. That's a gauntlet of road games. Like, those are some tough road games. Obviously, I think they'll probably get their lumps back against Dallas. I can see them winning that game, coming back, being angry from last year, being a better team. Dallas is going to take a step down if they lose Pollard or Zeke and or both. But man, in Baltimore, in Kansas City, in LA, those are tough places to play. It's tough to go. Like, those are consistently good teams.
Yeah.
Like, Baltimore, always good every single year. Always makes playoffs. Always a good team.
Yeah.
Kansas City, obviously they got Mahomes, so they're going to be good every year. Arrowhead, one of the toughest environments to play in. That's tough, man. Arrowhead is an automatic loss on the schedule, says Predator Kingdom. I wouldn't be mad about that. But those away games, man. Even New Orleans, that's a tough place to play. They got a great defense down there. You got to think they're going to figure out their quarterback situation eventually.
Yeah.
Not to mention if they get Tom Brady, too.
Yeah, imagine if they get Tom Brady.
New Orleans to get Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I ain't buying it.
Raiders are pushing for him as well, too. But
Raiders I'm buying into. They've made, like,
you
big
can see
leaps and
Scott
shots at
McDaniels
guys.
Stuff there. He likes Tampa, or he
Broncos.
likes Vegas. But no matter what goes on with Brady, the Bucs will still have a good team. Obviously, it's not going to be as good, but their defense is still going to be strong. They're still going to have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Oh, man. That is a gauntlet of road games, man.
Cowboys, Chiefs, Chargers, Ravens. I mean, those are the four that stand out the most to me. I mean, those are the teams are
Saints,
for
Bucs,
sure going to be good. Yeah.
Probably when they're tough places to play, obviously.
I mean, even with injuries, they're going to be competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just they're those type of franchises. We've seen the Ravens lose Lamar. We've seen the Cowboys lose Dak, and they still go out there and compete.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the Chargers lose, with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams for the majority of the season. They still let themselves into playoffs. Chiefs, we know what they are. By the way, too, 2 years back when they beat the Browns in the playoffs, that was Chad Henne. Who finished off that game. And
laser arm.
Dare I say, he looked pretty good.
Chad Henne was solid, dude. Chad Henne was good. I mean, he was good in college. He's a good backup for a long time.
But the home schedule, I mean, the one that Detroit Lions fans get to buy tickets to, if they're, in state. Bears, Vikings, obviously Packers, but the Falcons, Panthers, Seahawks, Broncos, Raiders. You got to like that a little bit, no?
Yeah, Falcons, Panthers, Seahawks, Broncos, Raiders. I see him losing one of those games.
I'm undefeated, never lost.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they swept at home.
Last night, while the boys were buzzing, you gave us a 12-win season.
12-win season.
12-win standard.
My expectations for next year are 12 wins and an NFC North Championship.
What if they don't have Ben Johnson?
Throw it all out.
Yeah, 8 wins. No, I still if they lose Ben Johnson, I still expect them to win 12 games and win the NFC North.
100%. David Constable in the Woodward Sports Chat says, Eazy, you're not giving DC enough credit for the offense. I think we can lose Ben and be fine. That's because Dan Campbell delegates everything. He's been open about delegating everything. That's when you go back to the interviews from last year in 2021. It's Ben Johnson being praised by these players, not Dan Campbell. All due respect to Dan Campbell. You guys know I love Dan Campbell. He's more so the captain of the ship.
Yes.
You know, Ben Johnson's the one working on the gears and all that other good stuff.
Shoveling the coal into the engine.
Yeah.
Like, that's what Ben Johnson's doing for the offense.
Yeah, it's gonna, you're gonna see it. I mean,
First guys to die in the Titanic.
Yeah. The other thing I guess a hint to, and maybe this is a defensive coach, so you could look at it that way too, but the Dan Quinn situation with the Falcons when they went to the Super Bowl, they lost Kyle Shanahan and Matt Ryan's career died. Then after.
Well, I mean, it was almost on the way out. He was pretty old.
He wasn't. That was like what, 2017, 2018. That wasn't that long, you know.
But like, you won an MVP before Kyle Shanahan, I'm pretty sure.
No, I was with Kyle Shanahan.
That was with Kyle Shanahan. His MVP season.
Yeah.
Wow.
These offensive lines they're a nice commodity to have.
They're there for a reason.
That's why these guys are getting hired so damn young. You haven't saw a defensive coordinator hired that young. Maybe Brandon Staley's the closest thing to it, but I mean, even he's questionable at this point. Mike Vrabel, yeah.
But again, Mike Vrabel's a Dan Campbell guy. He's a delegator, a leader of men. Not really the X's and O's guy.
Yeah, I'm starting to buy into being the X's and O's guy because they lost their offensive coordinator to the Falcons. I mean, I guess they didn't make the playoffs this year, but obviously injuries were part of that. How much? I was one of that too because I obviously still think he's a damn good coach, defensively too, obviously. But Derrick Henry, you think like Vrabel's doing all that same stuff without Derrick Henry?
No. I mean,
I was wondering, like, you know.
No. Derrick Henry has been.
It's insane how much he like
a
carries.
Monster, dude. Yeah, what? He's a freak of nature. He's the best running back in the league.
Yeah, fair. You're right. Because they really don't have much else around them.
No. I mean, they did. They had A.J. Brown.
Yeah, and they traded that. That's why their GM got fired. Yeah.
So that's the dumbest move I've ever seen.
They're pretty stupid. Way to be real noisy, Rachel.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel. Jesus.
Man. I was looking up at the.
Hard to find good help these days.
Yeah, Dr. G says OC matters, man. Period. Easy's just saying the truth, even if we don't want to hear it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you guys, like, it's the reality of the situation. The way I view it, the way I've seen it go down in the past. If there's other scenarios to point to, I would love to hear them. I'm always open for a history lesson or just learning. I can only get better from that, right? But I'm challenging everyone to go through and find something where they lost OC and they continue to like thugging through it.
Yeah.
Outside of guys that were the offensive minds.
Outside of the head coach being the offensive mind.
I mean, let's be real about MCDC. I love him, but he ain't that.
He's not that. Keeping the buck. Guys for sure.
The highest contract for offensive coordinator that I could find was Josh McDaniels, and that was a 4-year, $20 million deal.
I'm salty in the Woodward Sports Chat. Damn it, Rachel. Predator Kingdom. Rachel, come on now. LOL. Jesus.
That ass, man.
May love me. No, they don't.
I'm looking for Dan Campbell's contract. I know it was 6 years. I just want to see what falls in comparison to like what McDaniel's offensive coordinator contract was. Where is this thing? You guys look too if you can.
Yeah, we can look at the break. But first, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Because Planet Fitness is the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports. Also home to the Judgment Free Zone where you can work out for just $10 a month or upgrade to the Black Card for unlimited guest privileges, hydro massage, and more. Or if you just, like, want a tan there, that's why Rachel has Planet Fitness membership. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness where your fitness is essential.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
At Alta,
uptime
matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Make sure you give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where
uptime
matters.
I just found it.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks. We got young Chris in the TD booth, aka the Detroit Lions Jinxer. JB Smooth the 1s and 2s, and we're struggling to work this Google machine to find out the amount of dollars Dan Campbell's actually paid on his 6-year deal that he got from the Detroit Lions. I'm just looking for comparisons, I guess, for Dan Campbell. I'm sorry, for Ben Johnson, I should say. You know, like, what is the most outrageous way we could pay him? Or who's like the least? Who's the lowest paid head coach in the NFL? Maybe I'll look for that. Least, or yeah, I guess that's how you look it up.
SidelineReport.com. 5 potential candidates to replace Dan Campbell.
Yeah,
that didn't age too well, did it, buddy?
Lowest paid NFL coaches in 2022. Kevin Stefanski, $3.5 million. So,
wow.
I mean, head coaches are making that. I mean, that low of a salary. Maybe you could pay Ben Johnson that $4 million a year, like Josh McDaniels would.
I would personally.
100% would, bro. Like I said, like Jared Goff. All due respect to you, Mr. Goff, but like we know that man's helping us out.
Mm-hmm.
He's helping you out, helping the team out. Restructure the deal. Look at Mr. Tom Brady. Did it plenty of times. Got 7 rings. You're dating a. I don't know. Is she considered a supermodel or just like an SI model? Jared Goff's fiance.
She's a supermodel.
What is a supermodel? Like, it's like I know obviously I'm a model.
Like
do you have like powers? Like, what's this come with? Like, you get like
supermodel.
It's like a Green Lantern thing. You just get initiated or something like that. What is a supermodel? Do you know, Chris?
Honestly, I have no clue. I feel like, dude, if I had to guess, it's just one that it's somebody that models for more than just like one agency and is like kind of above that. Like a tier above that, because don't most models, correct me if I'm wrong, like sign to one agency or sign to one brand? I feel like a supermodel would just be able to do
whatever
ESPN
she wants.
has Dan Campbell's salary listed as unknown.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at this website, CoachRumors.com.
Yeah.
These are the unknown set, and Dan Campbell was in there. Yeah.
You know what's crazy though is that Matt Rule got paid more than Mike Tomlin and Andy Reid.
Matt Rule did?
Yeah.
That's literally insane.
That's embarrassing, dude.
Because your head coach's salary does not count against the cap.
Those are 2 of the top 5 coaches in the NFL.
What the how?
I don't know.
Is it because he got fired and it all got like put? That's just
on a yearly basis. He was making more than Andy Reid.
I need him to negotiate my next contract.
Mike Tomlin.
That's crazy.
Like I said, those are 2 of the top 5 coaches in the top 5 coaches in the NFL. Just spitball in no order. You know, Belichick, Shanahan, Reid, Tomlin, Harbaugh, probably. And you paid Matt Rule more than 2 of those guys?
That's crazy.
That is embarrassing, dude. That is embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Carolina should be ashamed of themselves.
Oh, my God. I was busting my ass.
You all right?
Yeah.
What happened? You saw.
I was trying to get in the chair.
The little
fucking wheels.
Oh my God!
Shrink chair.
Multi-coders, baby,
for sure.
Hey, ain't never lost.
Who's comparing Goff's career to Rodgers?
Oh, he got beat by a chair.
I didn't though. I'm still standing. Yeah.
That was almost That would have been dangerous. This is an unforgiving area to fall.
I was trying to like be out of like the shot at the same time. And that's my fault. I should just hopped on.
No, yeah.
Pause
for sure. But
so how much you think? So
I say you give Ben Johnson $4 million a year, $4.5 million a year.
But going off of Matt Rule's contract, I guess I'm just wondering.
Matt Rule is making $8.5.
Jeez Louise, are you serious?
Matt Rule was making $8.5 million a year. He signed a 7-year deal.
That's insane.
Yes, he got fired. What was it? Year 3? Halfway through year 3 or year 2? That's embarrassing, dude. That is embarrassing if you're the Carolina Panthers. How did you have that much faith in that guy that you're going to pay him more than 2 guys? One who has never had a season under 500 in his career, in Mike Tomlin, And the other...
He almost made the playoffs this Sunday.
Yeah.
Almost fucked around and made the playoffs Sunday.
The other one who, I don't know, just won the Super Bowl, was fantastic in Philadelphia and in Kansas City. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. That is ridiculous. Sean McVay got $18 million per year. I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Sean McVay, $15 to $18 million. He's the number one highest paid coach. Bill Belichick's at 12.5. Pete Carroll's at 11. Kyle Shanahan's at 9.5. Dude.
So I'm just saying, like,
I just don't understand how people could think Pete Carroll is a better coach than, or like, deserving $4 million more a year than Mike Tomlin or Andy Reid. That doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, he has a Super Bowl.
Like, he's a good coach. Yeah, those guys have Super Bowls. Both of them have Super Bowls.
Yeah, Andy just got his, though. Tomlin had his before Carroll, though.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like, Pete Carroll's a good coach, but I don't think he's better than either of those guys, let alone John Harbaugh, who he's getting paid more than. I think John Harbaugh's
So, looking at those, like, what do you...
top 3 coach in the NFL.
Where do you think of Ben Johnson falls?
I want to look at that second wave again of the second tier guys, because he's not going to be at $8 million. I could see him, like, Nathaniel Hackett, Kevin Stefanski, Mike McCarthy, $4 million. He could be right around there, $4 million a year. I think he's just as valuable as Mike McCarthy.
You know, some people in the network thought Matt Rule's a good coach. Just saying.
That's true. I think he's just as valuable as Nathaniel Hackett was, or Kevin Stefanski is.
Yeah.
Zach
So
Taylor,
what are their
only making
contracts?
$4.5
Like, what are they
million.
making?
They're making 4.
Okay.
Mike McCarthy, Nathaniel Hackett,
that's
Kevin Stefanski, all making $4 million a year.
That's the number.
Zach Taylor's at 4.5.
4. That's Chris's favorite. That's what you always shout out randomly, right?
Over.
Average.
Just give him 4 million makes sense.
And Tony Chase in the Woodward Sports Chat, yeah, I'm not saying Pete Carroll's not a good coach. Pete Carroll's a good coach. I just don't think he's as good of a coach as Andy Reid, Mike Tomlin, or John Harbaugh, who is getting paid more than all of them.
So,
which I'm not trying to, do your thing, Pete. Chew your gum. I'm not trying to get in your pockets. I'm just saying, man, like, it's crazy to me that Mike Tomlin and Andy Reid are so low on that list.
I will do ungodly amounts of homework on this tonight, and I will come back to you guys tomorrow to let you know if both the offensive coordinators' salaries guaranteed, just as the head coaches is, and I guess I'll get you like a more realistic like amount of money that they could pay them. As of now, what I could find was Josh McDaniels is the highest paid offensive coordinator at $4 million that he signed to in 2018, and it doesn't count against the cap.
Typed in the offensive coordinator salaries at NFL, and ZipRecruiter came up.
It did.
Yeah, bet. I'm gonna get a job.
It said like 30 to like 110K or something like that. It was like offensive quality control coach, which that ain't that much. I mean, it is, but
it's work half the year.
But they go hard. Coaches go hard.
Yeah, in the offseason.
Especially those like the piss-on positions too, where you're like, hey, I'm gonna need you to do this for me, and Yaze Blase.
Shout out.
All the extra stuff. What?
That's what we're doing right now, but in a different life. You gotta start somewhere.
100%. We're on rookie deals.
We're on rookie deals for sure.
Hope you re-sign for the literally. All right. If we wanted to transition this, since we're talking about the offense, I'm talking about Ben Johnson. That's one half of what a lot of people credit for the offense. The second half is
say his name.
Jared.
Say his name.
Thomas, Jeffrey, Michael Jordan the third, Goff.
Esquire.
The second.
I don't even know what that means, but I just think it's funny.
You always say it.
I do.
Esquire.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Goff, like we said, we cut the clip a couple times.
We.
Like we said, literally me and you.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of the year, I said he'd be at 3,700 yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, which is a very good year. He exceeded those expectations. He finished with over 4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions, had a 65% completion percentage and a 99.2 passer rating while having 7 fumbles in the process as well. The biggest thing for me, the most important thing for me, and the most the happiest I was out of Jared Goff was the lack of interceptions. That was so impressive. That is how the Lions won games late in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Was Jared Goff was not turning the ball over. Jared Goff was going out there. He was doing what he needed to do. He was helping the team win, and he was not turning the ball over. And that is extremely impressive. It's extremely impressive to only throw 7 interceptions in an NFL season when you have 17 weeks. I was very happy. He surprised me. He obviously exceeded my expectations of what he was going to do this year. And yeah, hopefully he can keep it up. Hopefully we see a similar year next year.
Yeah, I think statistically this is right around like his third best year, third best rating, third most yards. He tied his fewest interceptions in a season, and I think it finished top 10 in terms of like fewest interceptions. 29 touchdowns is his second most in his career. A hell of a year by Jared Goff. And if I'm being quite honest with you guys, like, it was a bit of a surprise. And I know I told you guys we're moving off of the Ben Johnson stuff, but like, this is what you get when you have a coach like that. When you have a coach that's willing to sit there and tailor the offense to like what they have and the weapons that they're using. Because we know this, we talk about it all the time. I think basketball is where this comes up more, but it can work for football too. We have a system, but if you don't have the pieces to that system, the system's not going to work.
Yes.
Or you can look at your pieces and build your system around that. And that's exactly what Ben Johnson did this summer. We sat down with Jared Goff for 2 straight days, and they built this offensive scheme. And they did it around what Jared can do and what he can't do. And matter of fact, I'll find a clip and I'll cut it tomorrow of Jared speaking to this. And he's like, yeah, I've grown as a quarterback. I've learned what I'm best at and stuff like that. And and this is like this. I'm talking like yesterday, like right after the game, And Ben Johnson's been a big part of that. But also, kudos to Jared Goff. He still has to follow through and execute his end of the deal, and which he did. And with Ben Johnson and him tailoring the offense that way, Jared was able to know it like the back of his hand. I mean, all the stuff that was questioned about him coming from the Sean McVay system, about him not knowing how to make multiple reads, and we had actually witnessed that last year too with Anthony Lynn, stuff like that. The dude was throwing away the ball on 4th down. Like, it was ugly. It was damn ugly. But what they did, it's like that guy on TV right now. But what they did is, again, they sat down with him, so that way he knew the offense like the back of his hand, and there was no questions about like what reads or even the theory of philosophy behind the way they did certain things. Jared Goff didn't have to question that. He understood the why. And I think that's a big part of like just leadership in general. When you delegate certain duties, I know for me especially, is like, okay, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, give me the reason behind this. What helps me understand it more and break it down. 100%. And I mean, like I said, Jared Goff executed his part of it, and you have to be respectful of that. Is he the quarterback of the future? What do you mean by future? I guess is the question. What do you mean by that? Well, is the question I truly would ask. And is future next year? Sure. Is future 2 years from now? Maybe. But I don't think that stops or should stop anyone, or Brad Holmes specifically, from stashing a guy for the future. And whatever round he decides to do that with, I can't argue with. I'm not going to wrestle with, because I trust him explicitly, 110%. And with that whole 12% rule, that against undefeated, never lost, there is a way that Jared Goff fits under that, and that's you have to wait 2 years for that. Yeah. Now, in that 2 years' time, what you're for certainly going to lose at that point, if Ben Johnson doesn't leave this year, he damn sure is going to be gone next year, or whenever that not Rams. I'm sorry. Oh my God, the Rams might come available. Yeah. As a head coaching gig, but I don't know if you want all that.
I don't know if you want those problems too.
No future first round picks.
No picks, yeah. I mean, they'll get some if they could fire sale everybody and get some picks out of it. But man, that's the thing. Like Sean McVay, I don't understand him. Retiring.
I think he's pulling Sean Payton, where he just gets to pick of the litter. Yeah.
I mean, he's already the highest paid head coach.
He's got a pretty hot wife too. Maybe he wants to spend some time.
Hot wife too. That's why Jared
tendering his meat that he got from the butchery.
Yeah, he might, and we have the spot for him if he does, and that, of course, is the Butchery. The official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the Butchery. Call 248-682-2697, yes, 248-682-COWS, or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com, shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery, meats, eats, and treats, sandwiches to die for, Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new school perspective.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit customhealthcenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine. Multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
A little slow today, bud.
Yeah. I'm get your shit together.
Sorry, man.
It's been like a lot lately.
Straight? No, that's all right.
Was my man saying cartoon cereal?
What bar are you thinking of?
Hunt the money, don't hunt the hoe.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm just thirsty, man. I need some water.
But you've been thirsty for like 3 weeks straight,
I
brother.
need some water.
And you've gotten that water.
It's true.
I'm just saying.
But I'm 75% water, so I constantly need more.
Hunt the money, don't hunt the hoe.
Something came over me.
Well, we talking about the Ben Johnson stuff. This guy doesn't actually even have a name on his thing. He says, if we lose Ben Johnson, I feel like MCDC will be smart enough to make sure the next OC tailors offense around Goff strings. I don't have an issue with that. And
is that? Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird and very impressive. I'm not gonna lie, but
I'll go to his channel.
You can ask Guy Taylor an offense around him. That doesn't make that guy Ben Johnson though. But I think what would make him Dan Campbell, I'm talking about, smart is if he held that Tanner gentleman, Tanner Estron, I don't even know how to say his last name.
Yeah.
The tight ends coach.
Yes.
It sounds like he's also the passing game coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like he's in tune with like what this philosophy and system is. In terms of what Justin Rogers said, I think that'd be the guy you want to hold on to in that scenario. But who's to say that Ben Johnson doesn't then make him your offensive coordinator? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say that? Because that's more money for him as well. It's an upgrade for both of them. And also, he's like Ben Johnson's guy. We'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah, that's something you definitely have to look at, is a guy like that who, like you said, knows the system, has been a part of the system, and sat down with Ben and dictated what's going on, helped him realize what's going on. Is definitely a good piece to have if you do have to, pull shoot in case of emergency and Ben Johnson gets a job somewhere else. It's good to have a backup plan like that. Somebody who already has the offense established in their mind, somebody who knows what they're talking about, is very impressive. But I don't want Ben Johnson to leave, man. I really don't want him to leave.
I don't. There was some news that was brought to us in the Woodward Sports chat. We find who actually said that about the viewership. Walter Briggs. I got you. I apologize. I found this one deadline. I know MLive obviously wrote about it too, but the Detroit Lions versus Green Bay Packers scores the biggest Sunday Night Football season finale audience in 6 years for NBC.
Yeah.
And that's with like a game. Truly, only the Packers had something to play for in that one. Lions roll heavy.
Lions roll heavy, man. They always draw a good audience. Lions fans are everywhere. Detroit fans are everywhere. And now that they had the Hard Knocks this season, that was a big thing, because you got the national stage set already. You got national eyes. People who normally wouldn't care about the Lions caring about the storylines, caring about Jamal Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing, Jamal Williams is gonna break Barry Sanders' record. Jamal Williams is 6 yards away from $250,000. Stuff like that. And obviously you had a lot of people from Seattle watching that game. You bums. I hate you. Except for Mina Kimes. I love you, Mina Kimes. But it's good to see them getting some shine. It's good to see them getting in the national spotlight and actually drawing a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
I know. I'm listening to you.
100%.
I thought you were going to say some more. That's why I was just...
No, it's you expect that to happen You expect that to happen, and like we said, as the team gets in the national spotlight because of Hard Knocks, gets in the national spotlight because they're going to have the draft. You have an electric head coach in Dan Campbell who's very captivating, who a lot of people want to put eyes on. Pause.
How much do you think Rodgers played a part in it?
Rodgers, oh for sure, played a big part of it.
Yeah,
everybody was hate watching the Packers. Everybody hates Aaron Rodgers.
It's like the Floyd Mayweather situation where like you watch almost just to see him get knocked out.
Well, I like Floyd, but
it's like some people, most people.
Yeah,
I don't like Floyd.
You mean Jake Paul?
Jake Paul, yeah, there you go.
Jake
too.
Paul's better, yeah.
Although if you're paying for Jake Paul pay-per-views, you
get
your priorities straight.
Pretty stupid.
The economy's messed up, guys. You can't.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Stream East exists, but
chill.
There is a lot of reasons why a lot of people would watch that game. Like I said, the playoff implications were there for Seattle, for people on the West Coast. Obviously, everybody hates Aaron Rodgers, so that is a good thing to just tune in to see a guy like that lose. And having the storylines built around the Lions all year to see them coming back is a thing that tied fans in, is the thing that made other people, casual people who wouldn't watch the Lions, like, yeah, I'm going to tune in. And it helps that it is, Sunday Night Football, last game of the year.
Jake Paul says, I'm sorry, he says Jake Paul for offensive coordinator.
Jake Paul for offensive coordinator.
He did sign with the Browns for like a week at some point during the season. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, he did. Nick Holland, Woodward Sports Chat asked,
what?
Can we talk? I have no clue. I'll look into it. Can we talk about how NBC immediately went to the Aaron Rodgers farewell tour storyline versus covering the winning team, SMFH? If I'm being honest with you, I mean, that probably is still like the bigger storyline between the two. Like, no, like if it were to be Aaron Rodgers' last game, he was acting kind of like,
yeah,
he was acting in that manner. I guess I don't know.
He's acting. You know what?
Chris, were you sober enough to remember?
He was acting like
like a clown.
Aaron Rodgers is a clown. He's a loser. It seemed forced. It felt like he was like that walk away with Randall Cobb. Like he was like looking for cameras. He's like, all right, this is going to be the end of my 30 for 30. And I hate Aaron Rodgers so much. I hope he doesn't play again. But then I hope he does play again for the Packers. So the Lions can mess him up again.
What were you going to say, Chris?
I was just going to say that I think that is the bigger storyline because it's not like the Lions got into the playoffs. Had the Lions gotten into the playoffs and they chose the Aaron Rodgers angle, then I would feel more outraged, or I'd understand more outrage. But the Lions literally just stopped the Packers from getting into the playoffs. It was an impressive season and all that, but the Aaron Rodgers story, if it is his retirement, is kind of the bigger story because the Lions weren't in the playoffs at the end of the day. All they did was stop Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, like, and they covered both of them. Let's be fair, they did at a certain point. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the post game interview with Aidan Hutchinson. That was fire with Jack Collinsworth and who was the other gym? Rodney Harrison.
Yeah,
that was fire. And Hutch did the Lambeau leap to the Lions fans.
Lions fans showed out, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the Lions fans out there that showed out in Green Bay. Because even like during the game when it would like pan the crowd, I'd see a lot of blue out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
Lions fans. No, I was gonna say though, like I mean, Aaron Rodgers he's a great for keeping it a buck, and I know he has only the one Super Bowl, but
Neil's being disrespectful today.
What was he saying?
He's saying he said he's Ben Roethlisberger without a 5,000-yard season.
Wow.
Yeah, he's comparing him to Eli Manning.
I mean, that's Neil Rule for you.
I mean, honestly though, like I'd rather have 2 Super Bowl MVPs than 4 regular season MVPs, personally.
No, for sure. Well, I mean,
but that's what I thought. I was like, Neil, you can't say like
that's a team
accomplishment. He's one of the most skilled quarterbacks to ever play the game. He's like, oh, no doubt.
That's what Neil does.
I was like, what, dude? Like, he's like, yeah. He's like, Ben Roethlisberger without Terry was like Ben Roethlisberger without a rape charge. I was like, oh my god.
When I cooked Neil in the group chat with the 12% rule, he was like, so you're saying you want to sign Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
No.
He said that to me too.
It's not what I'm telling you. Like that's literally no one said that at all.
Yeah, that's what he said. He did that to me once. I got heated. This is like the only time Neil got me.
Yeah.
I was in the booth. He was like, you said you'd take Daniel Jones over Jared Goff. I was like, no, I did not. I was like yelling at him, but he knew what he was doing.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Tell us about SMA.
He's a habitual line stepper, as Charlie Murphy would say.
He is.
I will tell you about SMA because SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency, helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com to get the help you deserve.
Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hello, guys. Let me tell you about Bedrock.
You did say it.
He did say it?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. We were talking about the other stuff. Downtown Detroit's all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge on Monroe Street Midway. It's not even his fault anyway. I should be looking. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, and an indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Rip.
Nice.
Nice.
Wicked.
That's easy if you owned a Mongolian buffet.
No, that's the other picture.
Oh yeah, no, the other one. That was easy.
Hold on,
if you
pull that
owned
one up. That's if
You
I
have
owned
the
a freaking.
Mongolian
Yeah, I can grab that.
Put the cowboy one back up
Put the
real quick.
cowboy one back up. Yeah.
This is if I owned a freaking.
Some
Texas,
people call
Texas
me the
Roadhouse.
space cowboy. That's what a space cowboy is. Weird.
There it is. We solved it.
We were listening to some Steve Miller Band back there, and I was like, "What the fuck is a space cowboy?" And that is a space cowboy.
It's not the Mongolian grill.
Actually, I mean,
that's-
Boba Fett's technically a space cowboy, right?
There's also this.
That is the
That's Mongolian grill.
or like a coal miner.
Yeah. Remember the bad guy at the end of like Incredibles, like the first one?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, this fucking
Miner
fake ass."
40, or no, that's from Scooby Doo.
Yeah, he would come from like under the ground or something like that.
Yeah, they call him like Mole Man or something.
Yeah.
But I just think of Miner 49er from Scooby Doo.
I don't know who that guy is.
Miner 49er.
I'm pulling up. I'm sending in yours tomorrow for tomorrow's stream.
All right.
I'll let you pick which ones.
All right. You gotta do the shirtless one.
All
Dude,
right,
this
dude.
guy Eazy sending the worst pictures of me imaginable to the AI and posed for all of his. AI fucked me up, bro. You guys are gonna see it.
It did some damage
You
on
guys-
it. Actually, I'm gonna send it now.
You guys are gonna see it. Yeah, send the shirtless one.
Yeah,
Send the shirtless one. It's dude, that AI. I look like I don't know if anybody plays Overwatch, but I look like Roadhog in this picture. Like,
Oh man,
this is a good one. This is a good one.
I'm gonna find. Dude, actually, guys.
I sent it to Alyssa, and she said she was scared.
You look like the mole guy for real.
Which
The
one?
who's-
The one where
I kind of just.
Oh my god.
send the shirtless one.
I got this.
Guys, send the gamer looking one. I don't even know what this
Which
one
one? Let me
is.
see.
Let me see. I put it in Slack.
Yeah, I got it.
There's
Oh, yeah.
one that's like atrocious, dude.
The AI fucked me up, man. I was like, damn, I gotta start doing some
people
squats or
call me
something.
Hey, Terry Foster is the gangster of love.
The
Kool-Aid.
shirtless one out. That's the one I said I look like Roadhog in.
So hold on, this one gets a little. Some boys call us Bebop and Rocksteady, and that's what this picture kind of looks like. One of those gentlemen, but
Yeah, Rocksteady.
you see how there's like a shirt line still, even though it's like shirtless. Are you like, is it a shirt with nipples on it, or like?
What do you mean a shirt line?
Like look around
Look
the
at
neck. There's a shirt line, like you're wearing a shirt.
Oh.
Or are you just busting out the shirt? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
What's on the
happening?
bendo? I'm just wearing a giant condom, I
Unless
guess.
it's a see-through shirt.
Also,
or
I
like
don't
a
think I
sheer
sent
shirt or something like
Shout out
that.
to Elias, by the way, Midwest Weekly. He's the one who did these for us, and I guess they cost money to make, but this one's legendary.
That one is legendary.
We got another one
Yeah,
too. We
put
got
the other
another
one up there. Yeah, that one's.
To be fair, we've never seen you without your head off.
That's true.
And maybe that's just what AI is assuming is under that
My
thing.
forehead could be that big.
It could be, bro.
I didn't wear a hat for like my first 3 weeks of working here.
What's the bad guy in?
Because I was dressing up, but I wasn't wearing a hat, and then I walked back there. I saw everybody in like sweatpants and shit. I was like, all right, bet.
There's what's that movie?
Megamind.
Megamind. That's in there too, but I'm trying to think the fucking name. It's a ghost movie, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like the bad guy from like the first one.
The green one.
The one who got the big ass head.
Oh.
He's just, like looking down.
I don't
Looks like
know.
a statue or whatever.
That one's.
Look at this one.
Oh, I didn't tell him. Put
That's my old face.
That's when Spencer first wakes up.
I don't mind that one. I look pretty ripped.
You
in
want
that
the other one, Easy?
I look pretty ripped.
You look ripped in this one, you think?
Yeah. I mean, look at my shoulders, dude. They're huge.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
How about this one?
That one's funny.
That's actually like you're obviously they made you fatter, but
Yeah.
like if you take like the top half,
yeah,
go to the solo camera, like fade it or whatever. Put your hat
my
back
God.
over the spinning. There we go. Let's see. Yo, if anybody has that app, please feel free to go. I wanted to do I wanted to combine like all the shows.
Yeah.
Like sending a pic of like Chris,
Yeah.
you,
Chris
me,
and Flannel.
JB. Flannel's not enough. I include him, but like I'm talking about like each.
Oh, like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
shows
like
as
members
one
of each
person?
show, like BDE, do Neil, DMAC, you. Damn, you have to do you twice.
Terry and Flannel.
Yeah, Flannel, Sam, and Terry, and then the morning, obviously. I'm curious, like, what these humans look like. And so everybody listening has that app.
It's.
And if is this true? It's like $1, or it's like $5 every time, or something like that.
Yeah.
But do they give you like a bunch of pictures, or is it like $5 a picture?
These lights are bright.
So attached is a GoFundMe. We're gonna do this
Yeah,
for
for us
everybody.
to do pictures.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm curious. We didn't talk about the free agents today, but we're gonna do it tomorrow.
We didn't talk about free agents. We didn't talk about this either, but national championship games tonight.
Yes, it is.
It's should be an exciting game. TCU, Georgia.
Blake Corum going back to Michigan.
Blake Corum going back to Michigan.
Kind of. Yeah, actually, you know what's crazy? I think JB asked us.
What's up?
I think you asked us when the news came out about his knee if he was going back to school, and we were like, hell no! Like, why would he go back to school? We were wrong, brother.
Dude, I do.
But I guess they do make money at school now.
King Horse is right. I really want to get Chris's AI pictures. I feel like that'd be really funny.
They'll be.
I don't have the app. Shout out to Elias, Midwest Weekly. You catch him on Chris's podcast at some point in the year, but it was a $60 app, and you have to pay for like I don't know if it's per picture or for like a group of pictures, but
Yeah.
There's
a bunch of fuzzies floating around me. It's pissing me off.
You've been spacing out all show today.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's like lint and shit just flying around.
I've been seeing him just grab the air.
I know.
All show.
I know. It's been hella distracting. And then you know what gets mad? 100%.
Yeah.
No.
Meanwhile,
I don't get
I'm
mad
sitting
at
here
that.
talking. You're literally like,
I don't get mad at that. I just think it's funny. Like literally, there's one right here. I didn't get it.
there's literally
There's
nothing.
one right here.
I'm here too.
Literally looking at it.
We're sharing the same space. Tell them what time you went to bed last night.
I went to bed at 5 o'clock last night.
There's nothing there, folks.
Yeah.
He's just still spacing out. What time did you wake up?
The Wabbits, George.
The Wabbits, George. What time did you wake up?
I woke up at 9.
That's not too bad.
No.
That's honestly not that bad.
Yeah, I didn't go to bed at 5.
Like for like most people, yeah, but like people who've like had those type of nights, it's like not a bad
I
night.
didn't go to bed at 5.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
You just didn't go to bed?
No. Well, I went. Yeah, I did. I went to bed at like
9?
7.
The 7?
Yeah.
I pulled that.
I used to do that in college a lot. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Because I worked at my opening shift at Grand Traverse Pie were like 4:30, 5 o'clock. I had to be there.
AM?
Yeah.
You stayed up.
Yeah, I'd just stay up. I'd just
Yeah.
go to work because then I'd work from 5 o'clock to like 11:30, 12 o'clock. Then I'd go to class from 12 to like 6, and then go home, stay up, and go to work again the next day. It was awful. Worst year of my life. But
People asked about Josh Jacobs. We didn't talk about our signature games.
Yeah.
Got a lot to talk about this
we
week.
got a lot to talk about. A lot to break
Good
down.
week.
Obviously, big Lions dub over the Packers. We appreciate you all for joining us. That'll do it for us today. We'll be here Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. For the man to my left, the one, the only, Speak Easy. Chris
baby.
Platty in the TD booth. JB Smooth on the ones and twos. I am Spencer Axter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.